In this video, I'm going to show you how much of an upgrade you can expect from the 4K release of the 2013 remake of Carrie from Shout Factory. I thought the detail and clarity of the picture was fine. And with movies that are shot on digital, they can shoot these in 2.8K, 4K, 6K. It doesn't matter because you know they're never really that sharp. And I know some people are going to disagree with that, but I really don't care because I call it like I see it with these reviews. But they look okay, and I can zoom in and show you that they can still capture a lot of detail. I mean, look at the hair, look at the texture on the skin. Look at the character on these faces. And digital has the advantage of not having to clean up print defects and dirt. Overall, I thought the 4K and the Blu-ray both had good detail and looked about the same. The upgrade to HDR really had no impact at all. Compared to the Blu-ray, none of the stuff you'd expect to pop. Reflections, light sources, the highlights in actors' eyes, you get none of that. Even outdoor shots like this barely exceed the brightness levels of SDR. And I'm not saying it should be painfully bright, but this is pretty much borderline SDR in an HDR package, and it doesn't look much different than the Blu-ray. There's also no upgrade to the soundtrack, and of course it sucks because this is exactly the kind of movie that would play well in Atmos. And even though the existing 5.1 soundtrack isn't really bad, it does have that annoying problem where they have the rear channels mastered too low. There are a lot of discrete sound effects back there, and the score almost always plays through the rear, but you can't really hear it at comfortable volume levels. And if you have this one cranked up, I feel sorry for you when the shit hits the fan later on in the movie. I mean, it's fucking loud, dude. There's a very subtle difference in contrast and color between the 4K and the Blu-ray, but that's about it. And it's movies like this where I think the argument becomes, if you can't really add any more detail or punch up the contrast, and you don't want to upgrade the soundtrack, then why are you selling me a 4K? And I'm not going to research these movies to death trying to figure out what the original intent was. If you want to talk about the cinematographer and lighting and all that in the comments, feel free. But I'm not going to get into that with these reviews because the only thing that really matters to me is what's on the disc. And I'm sure they were going for some kind of low contrast filtered look, and it's fine for this movie, but it doesn't look any better than the Blu-ray. So the only real upgrade here is the extras, and fans of the movie will have to decide if that's worth it. But I think the Blu-ray is perfectly fine if all you want to do is watch the movie and maybe listen to the commentary. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments.